the evil of how the systems are working to take down and destroy America, who the actors and the characters are. But of course, I come at this from a slightly different vantage point than a lot of people, because my background, my degree is in theology. My experience is in business, but my orientation is I am a believer in Christ. So I'm looking at what's happening in America, and I'm saying, with a theological lens, this is what you call spiritual warfare 101. How is hell moving in history? It's like you can look back at the Nazis in Germany, and one person could look at it as the evolution of fascism and how that happened, or how Leninism took over in Russia and formed the nightmare that became the minority Bolshevik, the movement that took over the majority. I see the same thing potentially happening in the United States. But I look at it from a spiritual perspective, and that is that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities and powers. There's high-level intelligence working through the agency of human beings. But God does the same thing. High-level intelligence working through the agency of human beings, and those human beings that can do the most damage, in my opinion, are the enlightened warriors. Those are the Jordan Petersons, and those are the guy I'm going to have on right now. And they may not even share your same theological orientation. Does not matter. They have been gifted by God with the ability, as a Churchill did, to be able to decode what Hitler was up to before everyone else. Not because he was Pentecostal, but because he was peculiarly anointed in history for his moment in history. I want to introduce you to my friend right now, Tom Renz. Tom is an attorney, a believer, a courageous voice who I ran into while nobody was taking on cases regarding. Tom Renz was literally pioneering out of his own pocket his legal expertise, giving it away, you might say, for the sake of helping give representation to folks that couldn't afford it. And you run into a person like this and you keep an eye on him. And I've watched him as he has developed a greater and greater command and capacity to expose the corruption that is going on, the spiritual dimension, and how it's working out in history. Tom, thank you for joining us today. Give folks, let me just set it up like this. I've been looking at the Russian collusion narrative, and I see that as an entity which has never been properly addressed for what the CIA, what the FBI, what the State Department did to try to take out a sitting president. Oh boy, this episode was so hot, YouTube and Facebook might not be able to handle it. So go to lancewallnau.com/podcast or Rumble to hear the whole thing.
Did you enjoy this latest episode? Please remember to share it with your friends, because the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to navigate the world.